What if I told you that one of the biggest contributors to your burnout isn't your workload? It is the fact that you are trying to be someone different in every room that you walk into. You might hold the roles of clinician, educator, leader, parent, partner. At least those are mine. You are not burnt out just because you have a lot on your plate. You are burnt out because you have been told to separate who you are across each of these roles. And that kind of fragmentation is just exhausting. Let's talk about why siloing your identity is a quiet burnout trap and how integrating your whole self is the path to clarity, confidence, and calm. Hi there, I'm Dr. Santina or Tina Wheat. I am a family physician educator and I'm a career and life coach who is dedicated to helping busy healthcare workers conquer their chaos and get to calm so that they can rediscover their purpose and find more balance and joy both at home and at work. So let's talk about the myth of separation. In medicine, we are trained, whether explicitly or implicitly, to keep our roles separate. Be the professional at work, be the caregiver at home, be the leader in meetings. Don't let those worlds touch. We are taught that compartmentalization is a skill, that it makes us more efficient, more focused, more credible. This is how we hold our boundaries. But here is the problem. We are not machines. We are whole humans. And when you spend your day switching hats, adjusting your tone, switching your energy, and trying to meet the unspoken expectations of each space, well, you end up completely drained. Not because you did too much, but because you couldn't show up fully as yourself in any of it. So let's talk a little bit about my story. I remember a season when I was in full on survival mode. I was practicing medicine, I was teaching, I was leading projects, and still trying to be present as a mom. And I was definitely doing my best in each of those spaces. And on paper, I was thriving. In real life, I was falling apart. I was deep in burnout and didn't even know it. I couldn't admit it. I was constantly shifting into different versions of myself. The doctor hat on, the educator hat on, the mom voice that's gentle, the leader hat back on. Truthfully, it felt like I was living in different boxes. Like I had to keep parts of myself hidden depending on who was watching me. I had to put on different armor in each space. And the more that I tried to keep the compartments separate, the more misaligned I felt. I wasn't tired because of the work. I was tired because of the performance. So let's talk about the cost of siloing. Siloing your identity isn't just inefficient, it is deeply disorienting. You might start to question who you are when you're not producing. You hesitate to share your personal experiences because you're afraid that they will undermine your professionalism. You feel like you're holding it all together, but inside, you are fragmented. And the truth is, other people don't mind seeing that part of who we are. The fragmentation leads to burnout in ways we don't talk about enough. Instead, let's talk about what integration looks like. The shift for me came when I stopped trying to divide my life into perfectly labeled roles. And instead, I started asking, what does it look like to bring my full self into every room I walk? This allows me to be more authentic in every room I walk into. Of course, I'm not bringing parts of myself inappropriately, not without boundaries, but with intention. When I started owning that I am a physician and a mom and a partner and now a coach and a human at all times, I stopped needing to perform in every space. I started using the same voice. I started making decisions based on values, not just expectations. Integration looked like letting my team know what I needed instead of pretending I was fine. This is now also something I encourage them to do. allowing my experience as a parent to inform my teaching and my leadership, and vice versa. Some of the things that work at work, I use at home too. Protecting time for my family with the same energy I use to protect my schedule for work. And what came out of that was freedom, not perfection, never perfection, but alignment. So, what might this mean for you? If you are feeling that fog, that fatigue, that sense that you are everywhere but nowhere fully, you are certainly not alone. And I want to gently challenge you to ask, where have I been trying to slip myself to meet expectations? And what would it look like to reintegrate who I am? I actually wrote an essay about this exact topic, how siloing our identity fuels burnout. And I've linked it in the description if you want to go deeper. I was fortunate to have it published in the SoMe Docs magazine, and I would love to hear your thoughts. And also, if you are ready to take the next step to move from this fragmented chaos into something more grounded and clear, then I hope you'll join me for my free masterclass, Pathway from Chaos to Calm. We will walk through how to identify what matters most. We will also walk through how to build a life and a schedule that reflects your full identity, and how to stop overly functioning in roles that were never meant to define you. The link is below. I would love to see you there. And if you can't join me live, it will be available as a replay. Now, if this resonated with you, comment below and let me know. What is one part of your identity that you are ready to stop hiding or separating? Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post weekly videos on purpose, balance, calm, and burnout recovery for healthcare professionals who want to lead from a place of alignment and not exhaustion. And if you know someone else who could use this, please share it with them. Thanks for joining me. And please feel free to reach out if you need help conquering your chaos to get to